There is a growing unease among Filipinos who have long trusted institutions like the Senate to act impartially, and now that unease is exploding into outrage. The recent developments involving Senator Risa Hontiveros and Alias Rene, the man who testified against Pastor Quiboloy, and even implicated former President Rodrigo Duterte and VP Sara Duterte. She's labeling the video of Alias Rene as fake news, calling it psychological warfare, and now threatening legal action against unnamed individuals. But let's ask the obvious. If Rene's testimony was solid, why is his recantation being treated as a criminal offense? If he truly lied now, then why not let the courts evaluate both versions, the original testimony and the retraction, on equal ground? But by using state power to suppress a contradictory narrative, Hontiveros only feeds the suspicion that this wasn't about victims, it was about politics. And those who dared speak differently, they're now the ones being hunted? This rush to suppress and silence raises more questions than it answers. Reveal far more than a simple he said, she said scenario. Quiboloy has long been associated with the Duterte camp, making this Senate probe seem less like a search for justice and more like a witch hunt. But doesn't that also work both ways? Couldn't it also be that these witnesses were coached, promised assistance, or pressured to testify, and that their conscience is now driving them to tell the truth? The inclusion of allegations that the Dutertes were armed while visiting Quiboloy, while without evidence, felt like a scripted effort to smear. And now that Rene is turning the spotlight back on Hontiveros, she's attempting to use the NBI as a shield. What we're witnessing is a crumbling narrative when a key witness suddenly recants, publicly accuses a sitting senator of bribery, points to a possible setup. The natural response is not to file criminal complaints. The natural response is to investigate. Instead, Senator Hontiveros is doubling down. We, who still believe in fairness and due process, cannot help but see political undertones. Even more alarming is the pattern that Hontiveros herself described. Witnesses are allegedly being harassed, flipping sides, and then smeared again. At the end of the day, if this was truly about justice, the senator wouldn't be afraid of public scrutiny.